Hey guys, welcome back. Now I am trying to get some recipes for you which are great snack, and as we're heading towards festive period they will also serve beautifully as little starters or canapé food, any of that. And obviously what better book to use to get some recipes. Chetna's Indian Feast, it's all about feast. But having said that, you can use this recipe, today's recipe, for lunch boxes as well. So I am making bread pakoda squares. They are sensational. They are so easy to prepare. Obviously, I'm going to show you how. But before I start cooking, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button. Right, I'm going to leave the link to the book in the description. But right now, I need to start by boiling some potatoes. Now, these pakoras are crispy on the outside with a nice, lovely coating of gram flour. You always need white bread for this. You can't really go for brown bread or seeded bread because you need cheap white bread. Not even sourdough, because that's going to give you that crispy finish. And inside it's a soft spicy potato filling, and I'm also going to add an extra layer of chutney for more flavor. Now this makes around 14 to 16, and I need to first boil 2 potatoes. I'm just going to peel, chop into small pieces and boil them quickly. So I've chopped the potatoes into smaller pieces. Obviously in the book I'm just asking you to boil the potatoes as you like. I'm just showing you how I would do it very quickly. So peel and chop them into small pieces. This should only take around 6 to 7 minutes and it'll be nicely cooked and soft. I tend to use red potatoes because a lot of people ask me. It's a perfect potato for Indian food. So it boils well, it roasts well, cooks well. It just is a great all-rounder. Maris Piper is also a good one if you want to use a good all-rounder for this. So while these potatoes are cooking, I'm going to quickly whip up the chutney. This is bubbling away really nicely, and for the chutney I'm making a coriander and mint refreshing herby chutney. This is one of my favorite chutneys to have in Indian food. It goes well with everything else. You can find the recipe on the channel. It's a new recipe I posted. In the book I am suggesting that you could also use courgette chutney. You heard that right, and the recipe for that is in the book, but today I'm going to be using coriander and mint chutney, so you can check out the video on the channel. So the potatoes have slightly cooled down. I gave them 5 minutes, not that you need to. And I've got this glorious coriander yogurt chutney ready. Like I said, the recipes are in the book. So now that both the elements are ready, I'm going to quickly prepare the potatoes. And I know I don't need to cook them, but I'm going to spice them up and make them even more delicious. So just going to heat a pan and get some onions. All I need is 1 onion finely chopped. You guys are getting the live sun show in my video today. 1 minute there, 1 minute gone. Right, let's cook these. So nice hot pan, just take a couple of tablespoons of oil. I'm using rapeseed oil today. And once that is nice and hot, just cook the onions for 5 minutes until soften. So you can see the onions have softened up. They're just beginning to get some color. Now I'm going to add the spices. So in goes half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of chili or less if you like, and really important, half a teaspoon of amchur or mango powder. If you can't find it, or in this particular recipe you can just squeeze half a lemon into this. Quick mix, and now we add the potatoes. So we don't add the potatoes as it is, we just mash them. Or you can mash them and then put them in and then mash them with a masher, whatever suits you better. And all that's left to do is give it a real good mix. You don't have to cook this obviously because the potatoes are done. Make sure you've mixed it really well so that every bite of this potato should have that spice taste in it, the taste of the onions and the spice. And once you think you have done enough and you can see it's mixed well, that's when you turn the heat off and make some more. Now I'm just going to let this cool down for just literally 5 minutes and set this space up to cook the squares now. So we have our chutney ready, beautiful, green. Then we have our yellow, beautiful potatoes ready. And now I need the last element of the recipe. So I need the batter ingredients. I have got here 300 grams of gram flour, and to this I'm going to add some lovely spices. So a teaspoon of turmeric, teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of chili, and a teaspoon of carom seeds or ajwain. If you can't find this, you can skip it, but really there is no alternative to gram flour. I have got here 350 ml of water, and I'm just going to slowly add this. You can use a whisk to make it life easier because it does smoothen it out quite nicely. Just add little at a time, because you don't want a very runny batter today, more like a pancakey batter, because we want to coat our bread with this lovely batter. So that is too thick, so I'm just going to add. So my recipe does say 350, but you know, I like to add a little bit at a time. Just mix until you have a lovely smooth batter. Even this is a bit too thick, so I'm just going to add the left. And that really, oops, spilled it a bit. That is really perfect. So 350 ml like the book says. And now I'm going to put these squares together. So we've got all the stuff ready. I've just turned the gas on. I'm today frying in rapeseed oil. You can use oil of your choice. I prefer rapeseed or sunflower. And now I've got some white bread. I'm going to put this together. Now this is the fun part, and you can get your kids involved. So I am going to chop the crusts off. You can keep them in. I'm just cutting them up so they are more like a better shape. And we're going to need 8 slices white bread, like I mentioned earlier. And then you don't need to throw this. What you do is put it on a baking tray, bake it on a low temperature till you can see it's nice and golden and dried out. Just blitz it for some homemade breadcrumbs. Or if you're making some kind of patty or burger, then you can just blitz it nice like this straight away and then add it to the burger buns. First things, beautiful chutney. Don't be shy with this. This is all the flavor stuff that's going to make it amazing. Next we have our potatoes. I just want to eat a spoonful of this masala. It smells so good. And now I'm going to cut them into pieces. Take a bread knife, which will make it much easier than the normal knife. So the temperature of the oil needs to be around 170-180. Because the potatoes are cooked, we don't need to cook the bread. Only thing we need to cook is the thin layer of batter on top. We don't want it medium heat, we want it medium to high heat so it sizzles up and crisps up quickly. So the oil is really nice and hot. I'm going to move my batter plate here and I'm going to get my sandwiches right here. And we take one bread piece. Make sure that it's dipped on all 4 sizes. You can make them into slightly smaller pieces if you want to go for a more party canapé style. But this size is perfect for picnics, lunchbox, or for your snack. I think I'm going to do 3 at a time. Be careful with this while turning around. You just want a lovely deep golden color, which is perfect this side. I know I've taken a very small kadhai for this, so use the right size for your convenience. I'm telling you, you serve these at a festive party, take them in your lunchbox. They will be gone in minutes, seconds. I'm so hungry. Hot chutney. You don't have to serve it with chutney because chutney is in there, but these are heavenly. The ball packed with flavor. You can find the written recipe, details of the book in the description. Whatever the reason, even if you want to just treat yourself or make these just for yourself, do make them.